Welcome back to another episode here with Discover Dunwoody. I am Mark Galvin, the Director of Marketing with Discover Dunwoody, and I'm very happy to introduce you to David Silver, the Senior General Manager of Perimeter Mall. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. And if I may say,
yes,
your beard game is looking very good.
All right, so there's an interesting conversation about this because when we first met, I didn't have a beard.
True.
So every time we run into each other, we have this whole beard conversation, but we're not going to bore you with that unless it's over a bourbon or a beer. So we'll publish the dates when we'll get together for that somewhere local, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I want to talk business. You good with that?
Very good.
I am very curious about, well, not necessarily business at this point. I'm curious about your background. Are you from the South?
Not originally from the South. Born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
And
So you're a Hoosier.
I'm a Hoosier.
Good.
Yep. Still got my family up there, but always wanted to move south, get out of the winters.
Well, fantastic. And it is a good thing to come south to get away from the winter. Buffalo right now is struggling.
Yeah, those poor folks.
Yeah, 5-6 feet of snow. We don't know how to deal with that down here in the South. So you are you spend a little time in the business and in malls and in retail. Give us a little track of how you ended up here at Perimeter Mall.
Sure. I started with Simon Property Group right out of college. Simon Property Group is based in Indianapolis, Indiana. Happened to be in my backyard and landed in their corporate office. Always wanted to get out into the field. And that moved me actually down to Atlanta was my first stop at Lenox Square and Phipps Plaza. So.
Fantastic. All right, so you know the competition then.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the competition in Atlanta for Perimeter Mall?
In Atlanta, I mean, there's a lot of competition in Atlanta. We're a popular destination, but biggest competition is probably Lenox Square and Phipps Plaza.
Okay.
They certainly capture a lot of the market share. And then our sister property of Brookfield Properties is Cumberland Mall, and they're also one of our competitors.
All right, great.
And of course, Avalon.
Avalon, yeah, well, we love Avalon. That is such a terrific destination and a beautiful spot. The way retail is heading is, I think Avalon is maybe that future, but we'll get to future in a second. How is Perimeter Mall doing? We were going to talk about how's the mall doing post-COVID. Let's kind of bundle this together. How is the mall doing now that we're on the backside of COVID? Mm-hmm. And how does the mall perform, in Atlanta and then regionally?
Sure. The mall is doing incredibly well. As far as COVID reference, we're at 95% traffic counts that we were pre-COVID,
wow.
Which is excellent. And I'm super excited about this holiday season. I'm seeing a lot of foot traffic on a Monday and Tuesday, which are traditionally slow.
Good.
I'm seeing a lot of foot traffic, so I think our holidays are going to be very strong. All of our department stores are super excited, performing with strong sales.
Great.
So, as far as the sales traffic and everything, I mean, we're connecting checking all the boxes. We're doing well.
That's great. And how do you compare to your competitors in Atlanta? How does this, if I were to say, does Perimeter Mall, can I say it's one of the best performing malls in our region?
It's definitely one of the best performing.
Okay.
I'd say as far as ranks, depends on everything you look at. I mean, Phipps Plaza has all the luxury retailers. We have a good hybrid of luxury as well as urban, as well as just your middle-of-the-road shops. So
good.
I think that Perimeter Mall is unique, and we definitely are a destination because of it.
All right. So you're the new guy still-ish at Perimeter Mall. What's the future look like? What do you think the mall looks like either, in the immediate future, some of the changes you want to make, and then what is the long-term prospects of Perimeter Mall?
Yeah. Well, we want to first and foremost create a safe and clean environment for our guests.
Sure.
If you turn off the public, it's hard to rebound from that.
Yeah.
So our guests they feel safe, they have a good experience, the place is clean, and they can leave and want to come back again. As far as our future, we realize that just like any other industry, the automotive industry has to change with the times. The mall is also changing with the times and redefining itself. And for Perimeter Mall, I think you'll see us take a portion and build vertically and create a portion of a mixed use. With the CID, who's great, we'll see a bike path in our front entrance.
Oh, nice.
And we would like to connect with that and create some parklets and greenscape areas And with that accomplished, create more live music series and things like that for people to hang out. It's more than just shopping nowadays, it's a place to hang out. And we are in the entertainment district, which means you can go into any of our full service or fast casual restaurants and get an alcoholic beverage of your choice and walk outside and meander with it. So.
I think that's terrific. With everything you've said, and you hinted at this, that people think malls are dying. And in a way, you kind of just admitted it. You guys are, and I should probably hedge that. Malls aren't necessarily dying. You need to evolve. You used general managers. Cars need to change. So malls are looking at morphing to adapt to current tastes and trends.
Yep.
And so would you say the mall is, the future of current malls and the way they look like is changing, or will there be a death of malls? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think that just like in 07, 8, 9, the malls that were already struggling struggled even worse.
Yeah.
And I think right now, with the latest trends, the malls that were struggling are struggling even more again. The malls that were thriving will continue to thrive. Perimeter Mall is one of those. But I think that we can't be blind, the mall owners can't be blind to the fact that the latest and greatest trends are more of an outdoor environment, or an indoor meets the outdoor. Food and beverage is a huge draw.
Sure,
local
absolutely.
retailers, so if you can hybrid all of that, and again, I gotta stress, if you create an experience, whether it's live music, it's a seating area, just creating it, tapping into the community, what turns on the community, and that's what each mall and shopping center needs to do today.
That's great. It is really interesting to think about the future of Perimeter Mall and how it will change. And here in Dunwoody, we are very interested in your success. And to hear that the group is looking at the future, I mean, it makes total sense, and that you're going to adapt. And there could be changes at the mall to adapt to that. I think that's great to hear. High Street's coming in behind you. And kind of like, we're in the middle of football season, and Kirby Smart will be asked about his next opponent. Well, High Street's clearly going to be a competitor. How does Perimeter Mall see that competition coming in, and how will it affect the mall, do you think?
Sure. I think High Street's going to be a good neighbor, just like Ashford Lane's a good neighbor, and Park Place, under new ownership, will also be a good neighbor.
Yep.
I think that each of these centers around us kind of have their own definition and brand and image. And so we look forward to having High Street as a neighbor. I think we'll complement each other, where they might target more the entertainment value. We're your traditional shop with food and beverage, and we'll continue to be a great destination. And I'm sure I'll get to know that general manager when he or she takes shape, and we'll compare notes and figure out how we can support each other.
That's fantastic. With everything going on in Dunwoody, and it is amazing, all the things that are happening here, do you think that the mall benefits from the city and this community, or does the mall operate as its own entity? And you've kind of answered some of that, but I'm curious, how do you see the mall interacting? How do you see the mall interacting with the city and the community at large?
Sure. I think the mall interacts with the city. What I want to do is really tap into more of the community and create more partnerships. Local organizations, local charities, local networking, the hotel groups all around us. I think that there's a lot of synergy that exists, and we can improve and make stronger. And Dunwoody is a great town. Our men and women in blue really support us, and we're really appreciative of all the support that we get from the mayor, from the council members. It takes more than just opening doors to a retail center to be successful. It's
right.
Everything going on around you, and I'm super thrilled to be here, super thrilled to have met everybody who's just been open arms.
Well, we love that you're here. First of all, we love the mall. The mall is kind of that nucleus of Perimeter and our commercial district. And so the mall is very important to how Discover Dunwoody operates and the things that we focus on. But it's also great having you there, and as an endorsement of you coming in as our newest member in our community, we have found that David's been very accommodating and very interested in reaching out to us. So not only do you say the things that you want to connect with the neighborhood, he's done that. And so we're thrilled you're here. Love meeting you, love spending time with you.
Likewise.
And we look forward to seeing more of what Perimeter Mall does in the future. Thank you for watching today. I am Mark Galvin, and for David Silver, we are thrilled that you watched us here today, and be sure to check out our other videos with all the other great people here in Dunwoody. Thanks for watching.